of conservation of angular law of conservation of angular momentum. So, what is angular momentum? And then what is law of conservation of angular momentum? So let us see. So angular momentum. So please write moment of linear momentum. Moment of linear momentum is called angular momentum. Moment of linear momentum is called angular momentum. Okay, so L vector is equal to R cross P. L vector is equal to R cross P. So L vector is angular momentum. R vector is position of moving particle with respect to axis, and P vector is linear momentum. P vector is linear momentum. All right. So L vector is equal to R vector cross P vector. L vector is equal to R vector cross P vector. Now angular momentum is a vector quantity. Angular momentum is a vector quantity. Angular momentum is a vector quantity. SI unit is kg meter square per second. SI unit is kg meter square per second. Okay. So everyone please note and understand. As I told you in the last class, we are going to talk in detail about vectors separately, about angular momentum also we are going to speak separately. Okay. So as of now, we are not getting into details of how is angular momentum calculated. Okay. So whatever we
Sir,
have
can
written
you
as
tell me the position of moving particles? Then after that,
with, with respect to WRT, with respect to,
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
with respect to. Okay, beta. So as I was telling you that we are going to talk about these things in detail in upcoming classes. So today, as of now, this is sufficient. Now, what this law of conservation of angular momentum says. So please write. According to law of conservation momentum, if net torque, if net torque acting on an object, if net torque acting on an object with respect to some axis is zero, with respect to some axis is 0, then angular momentum of object will remain 0, will remain 0 about the same axis. Okay. So according to law of conservation of angular momentum, if net torque acting on an object with respect to some axis is 0, then angular momentum of object will remain constant about the same axis. So if torque about axis, this is symbol of torque, so if torque about axis is equal to 0, then L about axis is also constant. Okay, so this is the condition. If torque about axis is 0, then L about axis is equal to constant. Now, before we conclude the chapter, let me just tell you about torque, a little bit introduction. So, what exactly is torque? Okay, so torque. What exactly is torque? So, rotatory effect of force is called torque. Okay, so when you exert force on any object, sometimes object moves linearly. That means it translates in space. But sometimes when you exert force on an object, it rotates. So that rotation which is occurring due to the application of force, okay, that is basically due to torque. So what exactly is meant by torque here? That the force which you have exerted, that force has produced torque. For example, when you exert force on door and you open it, so what apply the force, and due to that force, torque has been developed. Due to force, right? So that certain way in which you exert the force and due to that the door is opening is actually the way of creation of torque. Suppose if you want to push the wall, so you go and push it, right? But you don't push the door in the same way. You go gently, you rotate the handle and then you open it, right? So what is happening in this whole process? The force which you have exerted, that force has developed torque. So what you can remember is that the rotatory effect of force is called torque. So when force is applied in a certain way, then that force is able to produce torque. Torque of force is called torque. Any doubt, any question, anyone? All right. So that is the conclusion of this chapter. Now we are moving towards next topic or next chapter, and that is basically mathematical tools. Now we are going to talk about mathematical tools. So what are mathematical tools? Let us pay attention to that. Let us pay attention to mathematical tools. Okay. Now pay attention. When we are studying physics, okay, when we are studying physics, then we are also going to use maths in solving many things in physics. Okay. Now those maths concepts will be from different part of mathematics. That can be from algebra, that can be from trigonometry, that can be from vectors also. Vector is a part of mathematics. Then that can be from coordinate also. So all these things which we are going to use in physics, we club them and we study in a common topic called mathematical tools. Okay. Why we are calling it tools? Because it is going to help us understanding physics. Okay. It is going to help us in making our understanding better in physics. So that's why we are calling it tool. That's why we are calling it tool. All right. So let us start with that. So first of all, let us talk about algebra. And in algebra, we have some formulas. So let us pay attention. Can someone tell me what is the expansion of a plus b whole square? Anyone? A plus b whole square.
plus b square.
A square plus 2ab plus b square.
A square plus 2ab plus b square. Very nice. So a square plus 2ab plus b square. Absolutely correct. No doubt about it. Can someone tell me a minus b whole square? A minus
A
b
A
whole
square
square.
square minus 2ab plus b square.
A square minus 2ab plus b square. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Okay. Then comes a square minus b square. What is a square?
So a square plus b square whole bracket and
A,
a square plus minus b square whole bracket.
uh, huh?
Square doesn't come.
Please check again.
A
I
plus
know, that's
b
why I
minus
am
b.
asking.
A plus B into A
A
minus
plus
B.
b into a
B
minus
to A
b.
minus B.
Right. A plus b into a minus b. You all need to note down all these formulas. Okay. I'm not just simply writing them just like that. Now a cube plus b cube. A cube plus b cube. Who is going to
A
help me
plus
with that?
B A plus B into A square minus AB plus B square.
Hmm. You all write your answers in the chat box. I'll keep checking from there. Okay. You write your answers there. So that can be written as a plus b into b square minus ab. All right. This is a cube plus b cube plus b cube. Cube minus b cube. Now please write for a cube minus b cube. A cube minus b cube. So a cube minus b cube means a minus b into a square plus b square plus ab. All right. Now the next a plus b whole cube. A plus b whole cube. So we can write it in two ways, the way Rishit has written also and the way Sherwin has written also. So we can write it as a cube plus b cube plus 3ab a in a plus b. So that will be the simple way. That will be the simple way. And if you want to write it as 3a square b, this is 3ab. This is 3ab into a plus b. Now we need to write a minus b whole cube. A minus b whole cube. Please give the a minus b whole cube. A minus b whole cube. A minus b whole cube. All right. So this can be I'm waiting for your answers. I'm waiting for your answers. A minus b whole cube. I'm waiting for your answers. A minus b whole cube. That will be a cube minus b cube minus 3ab a minus b. Okay. A cube minus, yes, Robin, you are right. Now, how to use this? So, suppose I am asking you 7 cube. So, you can write it as 4 plus 3 whole cube. So, can you solve this, everyone? Can you 4 plus 3 whole cube and find out the value of 4 plus 3 whole cube? Can you do it quickly? Can you do it quickly? Okay, so 7 cube is 343. That is true. Let's check how much is 4 plus 3 whole cube. So we are going to use the formula of a plus b whole cube. So that will be 4 cube plus 3 cube plus 4 into 4. No, 3 into 4. So 3 into 4 into 3 into 4 plus 3. Okay, so that will be 4 cube, 16 into 4, 64. 3 cube, 20. 9 into 4, 36 into 7. So how much is that? 64 plus 27 plus 2 and 2, 3. How much is that? Is that coming out to be 343? So 4, 7, 11 plus 2, 13. Now 3 plus 1, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 6, 12. Is it coming out to be 343? 232 plus this 4 plus 2 6 plus 6 12. 232. Something is missing in this. 7 into 6 42. This is, just a second.
Sir, it's
This is,
252.
yes, it is 252. Yes. So this becomes 343. So this comes out to be 343. So that is how we use such things. Okay. All right. All right. So these were formulas related to algebra. Now we are going to move towards trigonometry. Okay. So in trigonometry, basically, we talk about angles and their various functions. Okay. So how angle is created? So suppose this is some part of circle. All right. This is called arc and it is S. This is some radius which is r and this is theta. Well, so geometry says, by geometry, angle is equal to arc upon radius. Angle is equal to arc upon radius. Okay. So now using that we can say theta is equal to S upon R. Theta is equal to S upon R. Now, commonly used unit of angle is degree. Commonly used unit of angle is degree. Commonly used unit of angle is degree, right? And SI unit SI unit of angle is radian. SI unit of angle is radian. All right. Now just to 180 degree is equal to pi radian. So this is the relation between degree and radian. 180 degree is equal to pi radian. 180 degree is equal to pi radian. So we can use this to interchange radian and radian into degree. Okay. All right. So before that, let me give you two questions, which are simple questions. So A part, find angle. Is a this, and B part is this. R is the radius, and you need to find angle. Quickly do that. Quickly. All right. All right. So now pay attention. Pay attention. In first case, A part basically, angle is equal to arc upon radius. Now arc is how much? Arc is 1 by 4 of 2 pi r. Correct? Because it is 1/4 of circle. It is 1/4 of circle. So 1/4 of circle means 2 pi r by 4. Okay. And radius is r. My dear friends, r cancel. Pi by 2 radian. That gives us pi by 2 radian. All right. All right. Now in second part, again angle is equal to arc upon radius. Now, how much is the arc? It is half of the circle. So half of 2 pi r upon r. So that will be pi r. And that will be pi r. Okay. That will be pi r. No. R is also cancelled. So pi radian. Pi radian is the answer. Okay. What I am noticing that most of you are giving your answers in habitual of giving answers in radians. Anyways, that's fine. That's fine. That's cool. So now what you need to do is I'm going to give you another question in which you need to convert radian into degree. So please write the question, and it is going to be like this. So convert radian into degree in each case. Convert radian into degree in each case. So A part is pi by 12 radians. B pi by 9. C pi by 6. D pi by 4. E pi by 3. F pi by 2. G. In fact, let me make it more on that side. G pi by 2 pi by 3. H 5 pi by 12. I 7 pi by 12. J pi. K 7 pi by 3. L 3 by 2 and y. These are the questions which you need to convert into degrees. Please start. Okay, everyone, let me demonstrate once how we are going to solve it. So pi by 2 can be written as pi, and everyone please pay attention. You can put pi as 180 degree because we have seen. So 180 degree upon 12, 180 degree upon 12, and that is 15 degree answer. It was that simple. It was that simple. Why? Because pi is equal to 180 degree. You have been told. You have been informed. You have been taught. Please solve quickly. You need to post your answers. Rather than writing done, sir, you need to post your answers. Okay? You all need to post your answers. So in second case, it will be 180 by 9, and that is 20 degree. In C case, it is 180 by 6, and that becomes 30 degree. In D case, it will be 180 by 4, and that is 45 degree. In this case, it is 180 by 3, that is 60 degree. In this case, it is 180 by 2, that is 90 degree. In this case, it is 2 by 3 of 180, that is 120 degree. This case, it is 5 by 12 of 180. So 75 degree. In this case, it is 7 by 12 of 180. This is 105 degree. This is 1 degree. Sweet answer. This is 7 into 180 by 3. And that is 420 degree. Some people are writing 620 degree. It
Sir,
should be
420.
420. Right. Right. Then it is 3 by 2
Sir, 270.
into, that is 2. Right. And this is 360 degree. Okay, everyone. All right. All right. All right. Good. Good. So that's how you convert radians into degrees. That's how you convert radians into degrees. Anyone has any difficulty in this? Do not hesitate. Please ask if you have. If you have any difficulty, do not hesitate and please feel free to ask. Okay. Otherwise, I am moving. So let us move forward. Now you need to convert degree into radians. Degree into radians in each case. Convert degree into radians in each case. So number one is 10 degree. Number 2 is 15 degree. Number 3 degree. Number 4 is 45 degree. Number 5 is 60 degree. 75 degree. 90 degree. Number 8 is 120 degree. Number 9 135 degree. Number 10 is 150 degree. Number 11 180 degree. Number 12 is 210 degree. Number 13 240 degree. Number 14 270 degree. Number 15 is 360 degree. You please solve this. Attempt and solve. Attempt and solve.
Sir, solve 1.
Please post your answers. You want me to solve one? Now, if you remember, 180 degree is equal to pi radian, right? So 1 degree will be pi. That is going to be your helping factor. So what we are going to do, 10 into pi by 180. So that becomes pi by 18 radians. Okay, that's how we are going to solve. Now please solve. Now please solve. I'm waiting for your answers. Sherwin is saying pi by 18, pi by 12, pi by 6, pi by 4, pi by 3, 5 pi by 12, pi by 2, 2 pi by 3, 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 6, pi, 7 pi by 6, 4 pi by 3, 3 pi by 2, 2 life of a Saksham is saying this. You check Saksham with Sherwin and both of you decide whether your answers are matching or not. Later, I'm going to check all your answers together. Okay, everyone, please pay attention. Please pay attention. So 15 degree can be written as 15 into pi by 180, and that becomes pi by 12. Similarly, 30 degree can be 30 into pi by 180, and that is pi by 6. 45 degree will be 45 into pi by 180, and that is pi by 4. 60 degree will be 60 into pi by 180, and that is pi by 3. 75 degree will be 75 into pi by 180, and that is 5 pi by 12. 90 degree will be 90 into pi by 180, and that becomes pi by 2. That becomes pi by 2. 120 degree will become 120 into pi by 180, and that will be 2 pi by 3. 135 will be 135 into pi by 180, and that will be you can cancel it by 45, so this will be 3 pi by 4. This will be 3 pi by 4. 150 degree will be 150 into pi by 180, and that will be 5 pi by 6. That will be 5 pi by 6. 180 degree will be 180 into pi by 180, and that is pi. 210 will be 210 into pi by 180 is equal to 7 pi by 6 is equal to 7 pi by 6. 240 into pi by 180 is equal to 4 pi by 3. 4 pi by 3. 270 is equal to 270 into pi by 180. So that is 3 pi by 2. And 360 will be 2 pi. Someone is saying something. Let me read what the person is saying. And Shrest is saying, sir, is there need to cancel the terms further? Where can you cancel the terms further? Shrest, can you give me some example that here we can cancel it further? Shrest Puttar, tell me, where are you going to make things even simpler, or you can solve it further? Shrest, you are saying 3 pi by 4. Okay, what can you do further in 3 pi by 4, Shrest? What further you can do in 3 pi by 4? Tell me. Shrest, what can you do in 3 pi by 4? Tell me. Shrest. Cancel further, how you can cancel? Tell me. Shrest, unmute yourself and speak. Shrest. Shrest. You are saying, sorry sir, but in 5 pi by 6 we can write pi upon 1.2. Have you ever seen anywhere written pi upon 1.2? Anywhere in any book or anywhere else? Shrest. Have you ever seen anywhere written 5 pi by 6 as pi upon 1.2? Then why do you want to solve it further like that? Huh? That is not the way to do rest. Okay. So this was of conversion of degree into radian and radian into degree. Now let us move further. In trigonometry, you study trigonometric formulas. In trigonometry, you study trigonometric functions. So which are trigonometric functions? Which are trigonometric functions? So our sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, sec theta, cosec theta, cot theta, these are all trigonometric functions. But just to inform you, these trigonometric functions are defined for a right angle triangle. These trigonometric functions are defined for a right angled triangle. So what is a right angle triangle? A triangle in which one angle is 90 degrees is called right angle triangle. Now if this angle is theta, which is shown to you, the opposite side is called perpendicular P. The side adjoining to theta, but the smaller one, is called base, B. And the biggest side is called hypotenuse, H. So this is PBH, perpendicular, base and hypotenuse. Once again I am reiterating, the side opposite to angle theta is perpendicular. The smaller side adjoining to theta is base and the biggest side is hypotenuse, and that is true always. Now, sine theta is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Remember that. Cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse, and tan theta is equal to perpendicular upon to sine theta upon cos theta. Remember that. Tan theta is also equal to sine theta upon cos theta. So we have got sine theta, we have got cos theta, and we have got tan theta. Sine, cos, tan. Then comes cosec theta. Cosec theta is 1 upon sine theta. So cosec theta is equal to 1 upon sine theta, and that will be h upon p. Then comes sec theta. Sec theta is 1 upon cos theta. So that will be h by b. And then comes cot theta, and cot theta is 1 upon tan theta, and that will be b by p. That will be b by p. Okay, all right. So that is how sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec are defined. That sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec are defined. Okay, all right, all right. Good, good. Now let me give you a question. This is theta. This is 6. This is 8. Now question says find value of sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cot theta, sec theta, cosec theta. All right, everyone, please pay attention. So if this is 6 and this is 8, this will be root of 8 square plus 6 square, and that comes out to be 10. So sine theta will be P by H is equal to 6 by 10, and that is 3 by 5. Cos theta will be B by H, and that is 8 by 10, 4 by 5. Tan theta will be P by B, 6 by 8 is equal to 3 by 4. Now cot theta is 1 by tan theta, so that will be 4 by 3. Sec theta is 1 by cos theta, that is 5 by 4. And cosec theta is equal to 1 upon sine theta, and that is 5 by 3. These are the answers. These are the answers which we are getting today. All right. All right. All right. All right. Atya, check the value of cosec theta. Atya, you need to check the value of cosec theta. Okay, next question on your computer screen for, and the question says if sine theta is equal to 2 by 3, find cos theta, tan theta, cot theta, sec theta, cosec theta. Find these values, everyone. Find these values, everyone. Okay, everyone. Enough time given. Please pay attention. So sine theta is equal to 2 by 3. So first of all, what I am doing, I am drawing a right angle triangle. I am drawing a right angle triangle. So this is the right angle triangle. And this is theta. So this is sine theta is 2 by 3. So 2 is this and 3 is this. So perpendicular and hypotenuse I got to know, but I still want to know that how much is base. So under the root of 3 square minus 2 square. So 9 minus 4 will be root 5. So this is base. Will be b by h, and that will be root 3 root of 5 by 3. Root 5 upon 3. Tan theta is equal to 2 by root 5. Then cot theta is equal to 1 upon tan theta is equal to root 5 by 2. Sin theta is equal to 1 by cos theta, 3 by root 5. Cosec theta is equal to 1 by sin theta is equal to 3 by 2. Answer. So this is the easiest and quickest way to find such values of angles. All right, everyone. All right. Now there is a table which I need to memorize that table. All right. You need to memorize that table. So I hope you all have noted this. I hope you all have noted this. Okay. So I am going forward and I'm going to talk about a table which you need to memorize. So So here we have function and this is angle. So functions we have sine, we have cos, and we have tan. I'm not going to write cot, sec, cosec because I know that you can easily find those values by doing 1 upon sine, 1 upon cos, 1 upon tan. All right. So now let us move further. 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, and 180 degree. These will be some key points which we are going to talk. So first of all, sine 0 is 0. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. And sine 90 is 1. So what you can notice from here, that value of sine theta increases from 0 to 90 degree continuously. Sine 0 was 0 minimum, sine 90 is 1 maximum. So value of sine theta increases from 0 to 90 degree continuously. Then comes cos. Cos 0 will be 1. Cos 30 will be root 3 by 2. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Cos 60 by 2. Cos 90 is 0. Can you notice something special here? Yes, these values are exactly opposite, and value of cos theta decreases continuously from 0 to 90 degree. From 0 to 90 degree. Now you need tan theta. Tan is sine upon cos. So 0 upon 1 will be 0. 1 by 2 upon 1 by 2 upon root 3 by 2 will be 1 by root 3. 1 by root 2 upon 1 by root 2. 1 root 3 by 2 upon 1 by 2. 1 by 0 will be infinity. Answer. Now you might see that one block is remaining empty. So we are going to put values in that also. So 0. Tan 180 is also 0. Cos 180 is minus 1. So that is separately so that you can memorize it. Okay. So these values are also important. You need to memorize these also. So sin 180 is 0. Tan 180 is 0. All right. Now there are some more values which are very interesting also and important also. Sin 37 degree is equal to 3 by 5. Sin 53 degree is equal to 4 by 5. Cos 37 is equal to 4 by 5 and cos 53 degree is equal to 3 by 5. So these values are also very important. These values are also very important and you need to memorize these values. You need to memorize these values. Now just to make your life simpler, I am going to inform you that this thing comes with an angle of this is 37, this is 50 and this is 3, this is 4 and this is 5. So when sides are in the ratio of 3, 4, 5, when sides are in the ratio of 3, 4, 5, when sides are in the ratio of 3, 4, 5, then automatically there 37 degree, 53 degree, and you can get these values. You can get these values. You can get these values. Any doubt, any question, anyone? Any doubt, any question, anyone? Abigail, Ankita, Roshni, Kurt, Ayush, Shrestha, Vinoshka, Vesna, Sania, Sarah, Pratama, Snow, Rishit, Sherwin, Saksham, Lakiyasha. All right. All right. All right. So let me ask you a question. If sine 37 is 3 by 5, find sec 37 cosec 37. You need to give your answer. Shrest is saying, sir, can you please explain me the triangle which you have drawn? There is nothing to explain, Shrest. There are three sides which are in the ratio of 3 is to 4 is to 5. Biggest one is 5, which is called hypotenuse. Smallest one is 3, and the middle one is 4. And angles, as you can see, are 37 degree and 53 degree. Okay. Angles are please give me answers so that so cos be 1 by 37, and that will be 1037 is how much? 3 by 4. So cot 37 will be 4 by 3. Sec 37 will be, just a second, sec 37 will be 1 upon cos 37, and that is 5 by 4, and cosec 37 will be 1, that is 5 by 3. Answer, answer, and answer. Okay. Okay. Is it okay, everyone? Good. Good. If you have any doubts, please do not hesitate and ask. If you have any doubts, please do not hesitate and ask. All right. That's for today. We'll study further in the next class. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.